Hello friends, welcome to aravalligeoacademy. Today we are going to discuss the first lecture of the climatology. Climatology actually important for CSIR net or UGC net geography. Okay, and in this video we are going to discuss Earth and its atmosphere. Okay, so we will discuss the about the atmosphere only in this video. Atmosphere of Earth, origin of atmosphere, as well as the origin of other planets. Okay, so this chapter is not only for CSIR net. This is important for all exams. Okay, because we will discuss the origin of atmosphere. So origin of atmosphere is also part of the combined geoscientist first unit, physical geology. Okay, and two questions also come in the first paper of the GS paper. Okay, I think you already know in the last exam there are two questions from the atmospheric structure about the lapse rate and the composition of the atmosphere in GSI exam. So listen this video very carefully. A line to line is very important, and I will explain everything in the very basic to the advanced level. Okay, so let's we start. First, the atmosphere is the delicate life sustaining layer of air around Earth. Okay, so what is the atmosphere? This is the first thing. Okay, atmosphere is the actually blanket of air around us, or we can say envelope of air around us, or we can say atmosphere is a delicate life sustaining layer of air around Earth. It influences everything we see, hear, and experience. Actually, atmosphere effect actually influence everything like we hear, see, and experience. How? Okay, I will explain later how effect. Human can survive weeks without food, days without water, but only minutes without air. This line is important, okay, for understanding. Human can survive only weeks without food, okay, and few days without water, but only few minutes without air, okay. So air or atmosphere is very important, okay. Atmosphere is important as compared to food and water, okay. So just as a fish live in the water, human live in an ocean of air. Okay, we already know fish live in the water, or human live in the ocean of the air. Okay, without the atmosphere, Earth would have no lake, no ocean, no cloud. Okay, why without atmosphere is no lake, no ocean, no cloud? Because without atmosphere, there is no water vapor in atmosphere. There is no water vapor, it means there is no cloud. There is no cloud, it means there is no rainfall. There is no rainfall, it means there is no water. There is no water, it means there is no lake, no ocean. Okay, so atmosphere is important for everything. Sound, red sunsets, and sky view would be absent without air. Okay, we already know for sound wave, for the transmission of the sound wave, medium is required. If atmosphere is absent, then is no sound. Okay, like the moon, because atmosphere is absent on the moon, so we cannot able to hear easily. Okay, because sound wave not propagate easily. Okay, so red sunset is absent without atmosphere. There is no sky view because there is no cloud in the sky. Okay, so sky view is also absent without air. Temperature will swing from freezing at the night to extreme heat during the day. If atmosphere is absent, then temperature is swing. Okay, swing, it means in the daytime temperature is very hot, and in night time temperature is very cold, below the 0 degree. Okay, like the moon. The sun ray would scorch dry, lifeless earth without atmosphere. If there is no atmosphere, then sunlight directly penetrate on the surface, or directly strike on the surface. So earth surface will be dry, or earth will be lifeless. Okay. Air is tasteless, odorless, and mostly invisible. Remember the property of the air. Air is the tasteless. There is no taste in the air. The air is odorless. There is no odor. Okay. or there is no smell, and earth is mostly invisible. Okay, we cannot see through eyes. Next, it shields us from the earth harmful ray and support the life with the essential gases. Our atmosphere shield from the harmful ultraviolet radiation and important for the life in the earth. Okay, and atmosphere provide the essential gases present in the atmosphere for important for the life. The universe contains billion of galaxy, each of the billion of star. Okay, universe containing the billion of the galaxies. Okay, there are billion of galaxy in our universe, and each galaxy containing billion of stars. Okay, the stars are glowing ball of the gas that produce energy by fusing hydrogen into helium. Okay, we already know star produce on energy, or the process of this is known as the fusing. Okay, through the fusion, hydrogen combine and form helium. Okay, and due to this fusion, lots of energy producing. Okay. The sun is average size star located in the edge of the Milky Way galaxy. Remember, this point is very important. Our sun is the average size star and located in the edge of the Milky Way galaxy. Okay, our sun is part of the Milky Way galaxy, and sun located in the meridian edge of the galaxy. Okay. Then Earth and 7 other planets revolve around the sun. So there are 8 planets in the solar system, including our Earth, and all planets revolve around the sun. Our solar system include planets, comet, asteroid, meteor, and dwarf planet. Okay, there are lots of celestial body present in the universe. Okay, like planet, comet, asteroid, meteor, and dwarf planet. And all planets, asteroid, meteor, and dwarf planet we will cover in the solar system chapter. Okay, separately. Uh, the sun give heat to all the planets. Okay, the energy source of external energy source of the planets are the sun. Okay, sun provide the energy for the atmospheric phenomena to the planets. Earth is about 150 million kilometer away from the sun. So remember, this point is important for CSIR net. What is the average distance between sun and earth? So average distance between sun and earth is the 150 million kilometer. And also remember in the miles. Okay, examiner also give you options in the miles. So average distance between sun and earth is a 93 million miles. Okay, the earth get only small part of the sun energy. We receive only the small part of the sun energy. Okay, the energy from the sun causes the wind and weather. This is very important point. Okay, there are the two heat engine of the earth. One is the external, one is the internal. Okay, so external engine, heat engine of the earth is the sun. Okay, sun provide the energy, and this energy is responsible for the weather phenomena or the wind generation. Okay, and internal heat engine is the actually in the mantle, due to the radioactive decay, heat is produced. Okay, and this heat energy is responsible for the plate tectonics. So there are two heat engine of the earth. One is the sun. Okay, and sun provide energy for the weather phenomena. Examiner directly ask you which energy is responsible for the weather phenomena. So sun energy. Okay, this was part of exam also. It's keep the average temperature around the 15 degree or 59 degree Fahrenheit. This point is important again CSIR net, because factual questions are very important for the part B. Okay, so remember all fact of the chapter. So average temperature of earth is the 15 degree, or in degree Fahrenheit this 15 degree is the 59 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, I will tell you later how to convert degree to degree Fahrenheit. Okay, in upcoming videos. Even though the average is the mild, temperature can vary a lot. Okay, so average temperature is vary a lot. It means average temperature is vary location to location or time to time. Like in Antarctica the temperature is around -85 degree, but in the desert area temperature in the daytime is more than 50 degree, or night time is colder as compared to daytime. Okay, so temperature is vary a lot location to location or time to time. Earth atmosphere is thin layer of the gases, mainly nitrogen and oxygen. So we know that the present atmosphere is rich nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen is around 78% and oxygen is the 21%. Okay, but this is the thin layer of the gases. Okay. It is also contain a small amount of water vapor and carbon dioxide, but we know that 99% part of atmosphere is the nitrogen and oxygen only, but few amounts of water vapor and carbon dioxide is also there. Okay, water vapor percentage is very 2 to 4%. 0 to 4%, and carbon dioxide is the constant 0.03% only. Okay, we will discuss the composition of the atmosphere later detailed way. Okay, uh, cloud in the atmosphere are made up of the water droplet and ice crystals. So in upcoming video we will cover the classification of cloud also, but remember the cloud made up of the water droplet as well as the ice crystals. The atmosphere become thinner as we go higher. This is the conceptual point. Okay, we will cover through the diagram also, but remember this line: when we move from surface to the upward or in the upper side, then atmosphere become thinner. Okay, so atmosphere is dense at the surface, and when we go from the surface to the upward, then atmosphere will be thinner. Okay, this is the conceptual point. Remember, we will discuss in the detail in upcoming slides. Okay, about the 99% of the atmosphere is within the 30 kilometer or 19 miles of the earth surface. It means uh, only the below the 30 kilometer, it means surface to 30 kilometer, the 99% atmosphere lie. Above the 30 kilometer, only 1% atmosphere is exist. Okay, so the examiner directly ask you the 99% atmosphere actually present below the which height to 30 kilometer, or above the 30 kilometer, how many percentage of the atmosphere is present? So only 1%. Okay, now next, if earth were the size of the baseball, the atmosphere would be the thinner than the paper. Okay, we can compare when assume the earth is a baseball, then atmosphere thickness of atmosphere layer like a paper. Okay, atmosphere is very thin. This thin layer of the air protect us from the harmful ultraviolet ray. We already know in the atmosphere there are lots of gases protect to the ultraviolet ray. Okay, this is also shield earth from the space particles. This point is very very important. How earth shield the shields from the space particles? Because when meteor or asteroid enter into the space, okay, so due to the friction of the air atmosphere, they burn. Okay, before reaching at the surface. So earth atmosphere also shield the space particles. Okay, now we discuss the early atmosphere. Okay, what was the condition of the early atmosphere in the earth? Earth's original atmosphere was very different from the today, because in early earth is very hot. Okay, and temperature pressure conditions are different, so atmosphere condition was also different. Earth atmosphere formed around the 4.6 billion year ago, and earth is also formed around the 4.6 billion year ago. Okay, the first atmosphere likely containing hydrogen and helium. So after the formation of earth, the first atmosphere was formed on the earth. Okay, so the major gases of the first atmosphere is the hydrogen and helium. This point is important for CSIR net. Examiner directly ask you what is the composition of the first atmosphere of the earth. So hydrogen and helium. It is also had the hydrogen compounds like methane and ammonia. Apart from the hydrogen and helium, some ammonia or methane is also present in the early atmosphere. Scientists also believe early atmosphere escape due to the earth heat. Okay, we know that in the early earth, okay, the temperature is very high. Okay, due to the high temperature or high solar radiation, the early atmosphere is escape into the atmosphere. Okay, into the space. Okay, this is the scientist belief. After that, the second dense atmosphere formed through the volcanic activity. Okay, after escaping the hydrogen and helium, the second atmosphere formed through the volcanic activity. Okay, gases escape from the earth interior through the volcano and steam vent. Okay, uh, after the first atmosphere, second atmosphere is formed through the process of the volcanism. Volcano emit the lot of gases into atmosphere, and these gases are mostly the water vapor. Okay, mostly water vapor. Then carbon dioxide only 10%, and nitrogen is also there. Okay, this is the second atmosphere. Second atmosphere formed through the process of volcanism, and major component is water vapor, and hydrogen is there. Okay, so remember, examiner directly ask you the composition of the second atmosphere. We already know the composition of first atmosphere is the hydrogen and helium, and some part of the methane and ammonia is also there in the first atmosphere. But second atmosphere formed through the process of the volcanism, and water vapor is the dominant gas of the second atmosphere, and carbon dioxide is the second most dominant. Okay, and nitrogen is also in some amounts. The process of releasing gas is called degassing. This point is important for CSIR net. Okay. Second atmosphere formed through the process of volcanism, and this eruption of gases through the volcanism is known as outgassing. Okay. Directly ask you this terminology. Okay, examiner. Water vapor formed through the outgassing from the cloud over the time. After releasing the water vapor through the volcano, clouds are formed, and some earth water also come from the meteor and comet impact. Scientists also believe that some water also added through the meteoritic impact or the comet impact in early earth. This meteoritic collision added the water in the early supply, because we know that the composition of meteor is also ice and dust. Okay, rainfall to the thousand of year after the formation of the clouds, so rainfall is continuously happen. And okay, and this rainfall creating the river, lakes and oceans. Okay, after the formation of ocean, ocean absorb the carbon dioxide. Okay, ocean absorb the carbon dioxide, and this after absorption of the carbon dioxide, this limestone was formed. Okay, through the natural process, limestone was formed. With less water vapor and CO2, nitrogen become the main gases in the air. This is the present condition. Okay, water vapor is very less in the atmosphere, and CO2 is also very less, 0.03%. But nitrogen is the dominant gas in the air present time. Okay. Nitrogen is stable, does not react the much. Why nitrogen is very abundant in the earth present atmosphere? Because this is a stable, because this is not does not react to any other. Okay, so this is the stable in the atmosphere. Oxygen slowly started increase in the atmosphere. In the early atmosphere, sunlight broke the water vapor into the hydrogen and oxygen. In this is the condition of the early atmosphere. In early atmosphere, sunlight break the water vapor. Okay, and after the breaking the water vapor, hydrogen and oxygen was formed. Okay, and this process of the breaking is known as the photodissociation. Okay, remember this terminology, photodissociation. And after the breaking the hydrogen and oxygen, the hydrogen is the very lighter, so hydrogen easily can escape into space, but oxygen stay in the atmosphere. So hydrogen is escaping continuously and oxygen is stay in the atmosphere, then atmospheric oxygen is increasing. Okay, continuously. Remember the definition of photodissociation. Photodissociation is the process in which sunlight breaks down the chemical compound into smaller parts like water vapor splitting into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so this process is the photodissociation. The first life form on the earth were the anaerobic bacteria that lived without the oxygen. So first life was the anaerobic bacteria. Anaerobic, it means they can sustain without oxygen. Okay, they prefer the reducing environment. So around the 2.5 billion year ago, cyanobacteria appeared in the ocean. Okay, and cyanobacteria is known as blue-green algae. Okay, cyanobacteria was the first organism to produce the oxygen. Remember this point, which organism produce oxygen first? Okay, so cyanobacteria. Okay, and cyanobacteria appeared 2.5 billion year ago around. Okay, so cyanobacteria produce oxygen through the process of the photosynthesis. Okay, and in the photosynthesis, in the presence of sunlight, CO2 and H2O convert into the sugar, or we can say glucose, as plus O2. Okay, so oxygen continuously adding into the atmosphere through the process of the photosynthesis by the cyanobacteria. Okay, now cyanobacteria spread. Cyanobacteria population was continuously increasing in the earth crust. Okay, so this increasing population continuously, actually through the process of photosynthesis, oxygen is producing, or oxygen level was continuously increasing. The rise in the oxygen kill many anaerobic bacteria. Okay, so anaerobic bacteria prefer the reducing climate or reducing environment. So this oxygen was harmful for the anaerobic bacteria in the early atmosphere. Oxygen reacted in the atmosphere, causing a major global cooling. Scientists also believe this increasing oxygen was also responsible for the cooling in the Neoproterozoic time. This cooling led to the ice-covered Earth around 2.4 to 2 billion year ago. We will discuss this point is very in the detail in the ice age chapter. Okay, the period is called the Great Oxidation Event. Remember, the increasing oxygen into atmosphere. This event is known as Great Oxidation Event. Okay, remember age of the Great Oxidation Event around 2.4 billion year ago. After the event, oxygen level drop and stay low over the million of year. After this event, okay, oxygen level again drop, okay, and stay low for the few billion year. Okay, after the Proterozoic. Then later, new, we already know in the after the Cambrian explosion, new life is evolved, and after, due to the photosynthesis of the new life, continuously oxygen added in the atmosphere. Okay, oxygen again start increasing due to the photosynthesis process of the new life. Okay, and 100 oxygen level reached today's level in the few 100 million year ago, because early atmosphere conditions are different. There is no oxygen in the early atmosphere. After in the around 2.4 billion year ago, great oxidation event was happened, and after that, something few 100 million year ago, this present atmospheric composition is actually created. So thank you so much for all about this video. Okay, we will cover in the upcoming videos the atmospheric composition and atmosphere of the other planets. Try to share with your friends. Okay, and thank you so much for watching this video again.